fake therapy. Conversion therapy has many different names: gender critical therapy, palliative therapy, ex-gay ministries, sexual orientation, and gender identity change efforts. But they all have one main goal in mind: to change the sexual orientation of a person without their permission. Some say that sexual orientation is the result of abuse or neglect from a parent. Also, the person is just in need of some parental affection. If this statement is true, then would that apply to straight people? What about bisexual and pansexual people? Conversion therapy is a controversial topic, but it's needed to talk about nonetheless. It increases suicide and depression rates, and many states have addressed the issue. We can do more. If we make conversion therapy illegal, then the suicide rate would go down by 8.4%. Conversion therapy has many different names, but they all hurt the same way. It has been proven to be extremely harmful in both mental and physical ways to the LGBTQ plus people who have undergone conversion therapy. Today, before spreading awareness to this rather hidden part of society, examine the effects of conversion therapy, and finally, prove that conversion therapy should be illegal in the United States. According to one survivor of conversion therapy, who spent a trial USA in 2021, I was traumatized by the whole experience. It led me down a path of severe depression, and at one point I attempted to take my own life. I feel blessed that I did not acquire any life-threatening illnesses from ages 18 to 21, but I consistently engaged in high-risk behaviors to cope with the negative experiences from coming out. To reiterate, conversion therapy is the process of changing one's sexual orientation to heterosexual. The process usually involves the mistreatment of the victim and unwanted physical contact. In addition, some religious groups are promoting the idea that an individual can change their sexual orientation or gender identity, either through prayer or other religious efforts, or through so-called reparative or conversion therapy. The research has proven that this is false. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, or AACAP, finds no evidence to support the application of any therapeutic intervention operating under the premise that a specific sexual orientation, gender identity, and/or gender expression is pathological. Furthermore, based on the scientific evidence, the AACAP asserts that such conversion therapies and interventions imposed with the intent of promoting a particular sexual orientation and/or gender as a preferred outcome lack scientific credibility and clinical unity. So, in addition to being simply ineffective, why else is conversion therapy so horrible? Research by multiple organizations and medical associations has also shown that conversion therapy is extremely harmful. There is significant harm for societal prejudice. This translates to their family's viewpoint. Furthermore, there is significant anecdotal evidence of harm to LGBTQ people, resulting from attempts to change the sexual orientation and gender identity. Some people also believe that LGBTQ plus people have a mental illness. This also makes no sense. I mean, think about that claim for a minute. The AACAP article, Conversion Therapy, states conversion therapies or reparative therapies are interventions purported to alter same-sex attractions or in individuals' gender expression with the specific aim to promote heterosexuality as preferred outcome. The outcome you're getting is people with depression and other significant illnesses that can eventually lead to suicide, addiction, and rape, which isn't exactly the perfect outcome. The AACAP also said in the conversion therapy article, variations in sexual orientation and gender expression represent normal and expectable dimensions of human development. They are not considered to be pathological. Therefore, they are not included in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders and other accepted nosological systems. Multiple official medical organizations, according to the Human Rights Organization article, the lies and dangers of efforts to change sexual orientation or gender identity. According to GLAAD's article, conversion therapy, LGBTQ plus people who have gone through conversion therapy are 8.4 times more likely to report attempting suicide, 5.9 times more likely to have high levels of depression, 3.4 times more likely to use illegal drugs, and more likely to be at high risk of HIV and STDs. Based on this evidence, almost every major medical and mental health organization in the U.S. has issued a statement that condemns the use of conversion therapy. A relative of the survivor spoke to NPR about her uncle. My uncle, who was very dear to me, He went through conversion therapy when he came out as trans as a child. He never fully accepted himself. He was celibate his entire life. He also suffered from tremendous mental health challenges, from depression, anxiety, addiction, to obsessive compulsive disorder, to suicidal ideations. This provides even more evidence that conversion therapy is harmful and not just to homosexuals. The argument for conversion therapy has many holes in it and can be easily broken down and solved. There are also steps we can take to ensure the safety of LGBTQ plus people. First off, as individuals, we can offer assistance to LGBTQ plus people who struggle with the aftermaths of conversion therapy by sending them to a supportive professional therapist. We provide factual education to families and friends of the LGBTQ plus community. Many of these conversion therapy thoughts come from a place of fear in the unknown. We also need to reaffirm that homosexuality is not a mental disorder. There is insufficient evidence to support that a person can change their sexual orientation. In addition, mental health professionals need to avoid misrepresenting the efficacy of sexual orientation change efforts or providing conversion therapy as a solution. On a local and national level, the legislature can pass laws supporting the effort to make conversion therapy illegal. Many cities have already put laws in motion that make conversion therapy illegal, including Utah, Washington, New Mexico, and more. But it's not enough. According to a recent report by the Williams Institute at UCLA School of Law, an estimated 20,000 LGBTQ minors in states without protections will be subjected to conversion therapy by a licensed healthcare professional if state officials fail to act. This needs to be changed. If we don't act now, many people will suffer. How can we say as a country we are for human life, and yet we do not protect the very people we are supposed to be serving? Already over 16 states have banned conversion therapy, according to U.S. News. Why can't it be all 50 states? So today, we've examined what conversion therapy is, explored the negative effects of conversion therapy, and finally, we have found solutions to this issue that have been continuously swept under the rug. According to Kate Brown, the governor of Oregon, there are many things that young people need, but breaking them down based on their sexual or gender identity is not one of them. And in fact, it's inexcusable. Our young people deserve acceptance, support, and love. To the young people who question their identities, suffer from bullying, or struggle with what it means to come out, today is your day. Your voices have been heard. We need to make conversion therapy legal, and we need to do it together.